to have a dear friend, a colleague, an angelic being who is also very grounded, bringing very high vibration music and messages to the world. She is a consummate composer for many years. She's created just the most amazing songs. She sings in local productions, and she is here tonight to launch, and I'll let her tell you about it, a beautiful healing music for people transitioning to the other side. Now, I'm very, very honored and appreciate this woman's presence in my life because her outstanding song, Sacred Ground, is the music that you hear every time we open the Just Jan Show. Please help me welcome Kimberly Bass. Hi, Kimberly. There you are. There she is. Oh, that blonde hair, you do look like an angel. Nice to have you here tonight. And I did kind of twist her arm a little bit when she plays Sacred Ground for us, because all this sacred energy is nothing if we're just in the etheric. So your song helps us remember to ground it in everyday, practical, realistic service.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh.
Where the eagles fly, 'cause when you were young, fancy and free, go down to the ocean with your symphony, and the waves on the water were your biggest fans. And as a little child you'd stand in your arms out in full command. You learned how to walk, you learned how to crawl, you learned how to stand, and you learned how to fall. You learned how to walk, you learned how to crawl, you learned how to stand up, standing tall. 'Cause every day we're walking on sacred ground. I wanna land, and I wanna cry. Escort you to heaven's gate. I wanna try. We're learning how to walk on sacred ground. And all the time I thought that I was lost, we learn how to walk, we learn how to crawl, we learn how to stand, and we learn how to fall. We learn how to walk, we learn how to crawl, we learn how to stand up, standing tall. And don't you know, every day is sacred ground. Look around you. We learn how to walk, we learn how to crawl, we learn how to stand. We learn how to laugh, we learn how to cry, we learn how to
I love that song every single time I hear it. And I hear it a lot every time I edit a show. Kimberly, every time I hear it, I also get different pictures. And I have a question to ask you. It's not so easy walking the sacred path as a messenger. I finally heard that in this song. First you crawl, you learn how to walk. It's not, takes a long time.
Right. So many different stages
Yes.
in the progression of life. This song actually is very apropos timing, because I wrote this song after a friend of mine told me that he was dying. And he was my manager at the time, and I was devastated because my career was just getting going, and he was a big part of my success. And for this album, Sacred Ground. And he called me to tell me that he had a very short time to live. And I said, what can I do? I felt so helpless. He had done everything for me, and I said, what can I do? And he said, make your record, write your songs, and try to get the record done, before I'm gone. And so within weeks, everything started to transform. But when I hung up the phone, I wrote the song Sacred Ground for him.
It was like a
It just came
heavenly
through.
message of timing. Just, your heart just blew open.
It was amazing. And then from that, I got the record done in time for him to be a part of it and see it accomplished. And it was a big deal. So there are messengers in so many different ways.
Yes.
He was a big messenger for me. And Sacred Ground has gone to many places all over the world. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Giovanni. Would you like a chocolate?
Oh my goodness. Look like a
After all, we are women around the kitchen table here singing. How about your childhood? What was the thing that brought music so deeply into your life? And when did you first learn that you could really express it, that you had this gift?
That's a good question. Well, I spent a lot of my childhood on my own, riding my horse in the hills of Northern California. My mom just always told me to be home at sunset. It was never before dark, no fear, just be home at sunset. One day I asked her, why do I always have to be home at sunset? And she said, because we have such a beautiful view of all the hills from here that when you come home, you can sit with me and watch the sunset. So I had a lot of freedom as a child.
I should say so. Have your day child, but be home at sunset.
Yes, I was a real country girl. And one of the things that I did notice is I would sing a lot when I was riding my horse. I would make up little chants and things. And
While you were riding and galloping, you'd make up little chants.
And I would find like what appeared to be old Native American fire circles, and I would tie my horse up and I would do a little chant around the fire. And
where was that coming from?
very mystical. I'd grind acorns, all kinds of stuff. Probably
Another lifetime.
ancient knowledge of the spirits of the land, possibly. And as children, we're so open to the elements around us that
So
we
you
don't
were
necessarily
already
see.
practicing sacred ground work, the groundwork that then would become
Very
this
much so.
woman doing. I saw you in the Cohen musical, and then he passed over just recently, and you're still doing that musical with local people, and you are such a consummate, accomplished singer in any genre.
Thank you.
It is amazing to me how you know how to use your voice in so many ranges. So did you actually have training? Did you go through any formal voice training?
I did. I actually started, it was such a passion, I just knew from an early age. When I was about 7, a song came on the radio, and within the first for measures. I said to my friend Elisa Purcell, we were sitting by the pool, we were 7, right? I had this little radio I got for my birthday. And I said, that's what I'm going to do when I grow up. And she said, what? And I said, I'm going to be on the radio. And she was like, okay.
And what was the song? Did you already?
Ricky, Don't Lose That Number, Steely Dan.
And I can see you up there with your boots now.
Yeah, and I've actually done a Steely Dan tribute.
Oh, have you?
But anyway, that's when I consciously knew. And then when I was a freshman here locally at Nevada Union, there were private lessons being offered, a group that was being put together, and I auditioned and I got in. A lot of the kids could read music, had been singing since they were little, and I was 14. And so I started being able to have private lessons after school, and then I went on to study voice at Humboldt State and performance. So I have had some training.
What an interesting mix. You're a horsewoman, and I know you do ranch sitting for people. And
that's cheaper than you get paid for taking care of other people's horses.
And I've seen you with baby animals and the guitar and the beautiful torch singer. It's quite amazing. And I also have the sense about you that you think, well, what should I do next? And then the universe delivers it to you. You really always manifest exactly what you need.
I think just the trusting, and also being friends with you because you are such an influence and such a bright light.
Oh, thank you.
Jan helps many people.
Thank you.
So you're a beacon.
Well, trust is trusting. The word. The trust is the word. I see you really learning to trust. Everything happens right for you. And you do all the right things. You look, should I do this and this and this? And the job appears. The this appears. Last year you did a show of your own music at Nevada Theater, correct? It was sublime. It was as good as shows get. Singer-songwriter like Bonnie Raitt. And
that was good. It was a fun show.
And so just trust that. That talent is just so deep. And as women, we need to tell each other. We need to really keep moving. But where I see Spirit moving you, it's amazing. She simultaneously has this very, very deep gift of assisting people across the veil. And I see that now she is a specialist at crystal bowls, one of my loves. I also worked in hospice for 6 years at the bedside. But she is now making it a calling and a business, calling all angels, as a matter of fact. So when she comes back, we're going to have set up a beautiful array of harmonic bowls and her voice. And I will just step out of the way and you can experience her magic. Our guest today is Kimberly Bass, singer-songwriter, calling all angels, maven for the transitioning. We'll be right back in just a moment. Today as our guest, we have Kimberly Bass. She is a singer-songwriter and a delightful angelic being. She has a great gift, and people in our society have asked her to come and provide healing music for people passing the threshold and memorials. She has done over 50 memorials. She has been blessed with a profound gift vocally and musically. And I invite you to embrace and appreciate the music that she will share with us now. all angels. Calling All Angels Memorial Music with Kimberly Bass. You can all just absorb that music, and we know that we don't have to die to cross over to the light. Correct?
Correct.
Correct, because your music has a way of helping people sublimate some of that density within themselves. And I know that you're also studying and working with sound healing.
Yes.
And so how does that work for you with sick people, or how do you approach that? What's your method?
Well, I would first meet with the person and do an intake questionnaire. Oftentimes, if someone's in pain, sound frequencies, certain vibrations help with different pain levels. I found that also with the pain of grief, especially and when people are in a gateway transition, when they're crossing over, for anyone that's ever in this position, usually people want just a very, very quiet sound. So it's a very, very delicate, I have to play the bowls so soft.
Very subtle.
Very, very subtle.
Nice.
And the human voice is often a distraction when someone is crossing over. So I just keep everything very soft. And I usually have about 15 crystal bowls, and you can chime them.
15 bowls? Oh my goodness, that must sound like heaven. Because the harmonics of these are just bubbling up, and it's hard for me to talk.
So I have more bowls to go with these bowls, and these are the alchemy bowls. So this bowl is actually made of gold, mother of platinum, and ruby. This bowl is made of rose quartz. This bowl is kyanite, ruby, mother of platinum, gold, and a few other things probably thrown in there.
I know that you've worked with the manufacturer of these bowls quite a bit, and that's one of the ways for your employment. So you've really gotten to know them by sharing them with other people. And where do you go to the crystal shows to do that?
Well, the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show, the Pueblo Gem and Mineral Show, is about a month-long show, and we were just there in January and February.
How interesting. You might meet Kimberly there if you're
come say hi.
interested in crystal bowls. Are you working as a representative? Can people order a bowl through you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so how would they contact you?
Well, you can go to my Facebook page, which is Calling All Angels Music. And then you can contact me at my website, which is KimberlyBass.com. And soon I will have alchemybowls.com, which will be dedicated just to the crystal alchemy bowls.
Because I've worked with bowls, and I know it's important that people get the right bowl.
Yes.
How do you help them choose the right bowl for themselves? Can they hear them somewhere? Do you use your intuition?
Well, oftentimes I will people will come to my studio, and I'll play all the bowls, and it's really interesting because it's usually the bowl picks the person.
Of course.
And that is how I have found that I have been getting my own bowls, but I'll have someone come over and they'll go, that's the bowl.
Yes.
And chances are we can make a bowl that's, the same bowl, not the same bowl, but similar with the same elements.
Right. Now, say if someone were watching this and wanted to call you, could you do it over the internet, say on a Zoom program?
I can.
So
definitely
they don't have to come
Skype
to your house.
program. This is true. I have clients all over the world.
Good, because we are viewed in 140 countries. Just so you know. And they ship really well with styrofoam, and they're very, very tidy.
Yes.
And they can also get a nice case. Do you recommend cases?
I would recommend cases. The nice thing about the bowls is actually not only do they sonically nest together, but they can physically nest together. So basically there's a way when you get a bowl, I can show you, but they actually fit inside of each other.
Nice.
So these 3 bowls go in one case, a very beautiful case. And I can travel all over the world with my bowls because I have all my bowls in 4 cases.
Now that brings up a question, Kimberly. If money weren't an issue and you had a magic wand, would you travel around the world? Who would you like to play with? Who would you like to play with? Royalty or the president?
I'd like to start with Kitaro
Okay.
in Japan.
Oh, there you go.
I'd like to go and play, there's a sound healing school in New Zealand. I would like to play in New Zealand and do concerts and sound healing classes there.
Interesting. And so you are getting a certification, right?
Yes.
Through the Globe?
The Globe Sound Healing
Sound
Light
healing. I used to
Institute.
teach there. It's a great place to learn the
It is.
basics.
I love it.
So when you have your certification and with your talent and now calling all angels and being an educator and a teacher, the sky's the limit, young lady, with
Yes,
your
ma'am.
talent. I see you like an angel flying into a country, spreading out the harmonics and the vibration for healing. And I hope that you come back and be on the
you.
Just Jan show again.
I would love to.
And put yourself out into other media sources so that your voice and your vibration, and we already said, your song Sacred Ground goes out into the world. Not only is it, I think it's a Just Jan show theme, but it's also the Women Helping Women Soar theme as well.
Right.
Double hitter there.
Feel
It's
very
just-
lucky.
I'm just so in love with your music and your voice and you as a being here in divine service with so much talent. And I'm glad that you could share this with us today. And please stay in contact with this divine being as things are expanding for her. And thank you for joining us today. And please do give Kimberly a call and connect. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks for joining us today. This programming is for you to grow and be inspired. And before we say goodbye today, I'd like to tell you who is joining us next week.